All right, y'all. We are on day 9. We already started doing our dispute letters. You should see them up on YouTube if you guys have not checked it out already. So we are on day 9 of Strong and 75. We are going to get this cracking, y'all. We in there for the win. We got this. So I told you guys it was 19 total accounts. We were going to break it up 6 per day, but after I got started, I realized that we had Fed loan on there 4 times. So we copied and pasted that, and then we went on to the U.S. Department of Education. It was two on there, so we did that. So we kind of ahead of the game, but it's a very detailed video. I know that information is very valuable as long as you put it together, as long as you actually use it. I told you guys I'll go ahead and create your dispute letters. If you go to Rickita.com, you can see the free dispute letter there. If you scroll down, you'll see the 6 months of dispute letters. I'll go ahead and create your dispute letters. I do suggest that you guys send it certified. And keep in mind what your game plan is. Right now, we're working to delete the negative accounts from our credit reports. We're doing this for at least like the next 5 days. After this, we on to the next thing. We're not gonna try to stick around on the same thing. We're gonna be on to the next thing. We're not gonna try to focus on disputes the whole time. We're gonna put them in and then we're gonna focus on something else to get our credit score up. This is just one thing we're gonna try to get our credit score up. We're not gonna focus on this the whole time, okay? So let's go ahead and answer some of these questions. If you're coming in for video number 9, please start at number 1. If you're here, start at number 1. I woke up early this morning and I put in the request to make my books. So hopefully I'll have hard copies of my books that I will be able to mail to you guys. I plan on having them added to TikTok, so I'm looking forward to that. If you guys have any questions, always let me know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to sending you guys a hard copy. You can go to Strongest 75 and get a PDF copy of it. And I showed you guys the playlist on YouTube to show you guys how to fill in the PDF version of it. So yeah, let's get the filling those in. So we got 30 questions. Yesterday I kind of had to zoom through them because I was literally going that fast. But hopefully today I won't necessarily have to zoom through them, and hopefully I don't have this camera too close up. If I do, I'll try to figure it out and kind of move it back because I do look like it's too in my face, but we'll see. And I'm working on my face right now, so I'm not putting makeup on. I washed my hair yesterday. I'm just chilling for the weekend, okay? So don't judge me because I don't care, okay? So what's the best way to dispute with Experian? Online, by mail, or over the phone? It just depends. If you guys are doing the disputes that we're doing right now, we try to remove negative accounts. The best way to do this is through a letter. I don't suggest the online. Sometimes you can get lucky with online, but it depends on what your game plan is. My game plan always is if they don't delete it, when I'm sending the letter, I'm taking legal action immediately. That's just what I'm doing. And that's just because I had success with that. If your game plan is to remove addresses, names, and inquirers, you want to call them. You want to call them for those things. But normal dispute letters, I suggest that you guys please send a letter to them, um, dispute via mail, and then send it certified mail. So send it with that green receipt that's at the post office. Okay. Why is disputing by mail often stronger than online? Well, excuse me. It shows a paper trail, and you want to have a paper trail, and then you don't want to give a certain rights when you dispute online. Also, when you dispute online, you can't put everything in there. I told y'all when I did the video earlier where I was sharing my screen doing the dispute letters with you all. I was telling y'all that usually when I do these type of disputes, I like to write 2 paragraphs about the accounts. So if it's one account, I have to write a paragraph or maybe even 2 about that one account. When you dispute online, a lot of times they say, hey, pick one, whereas there's only one thing or 2 things you can say about an account. What if you got 20 things you want to say about this account? You can't really do that. So I just think that we should dispute. Oh, let me pull my sock up. I just think that we should always dispute via mail because we have our own paper trail, but just make sure you send it certified. How long does Experian have to investigate a dispute? So don't forget, and the reason why they keep saying Experian is because every day we're supposed to do a dispute per bureau. So we're supposed to do experience today, I think Equifax tomorrow, or Transjury tomorrow, and then the day after Equifax. So every day we're supposed to do one bureau, but I was showing y'all how to do three bureau, all three bureaus at one time to make it so easy. Hopefully it was easy for you guys. So that's why we're talking about just Experian. But with all three credit bureaus, they have 30 days to investigate your dispute once they receive them. So once you guys send it out certified mail, you'll know what day that they got it. So on that 31st day, you want to pull your credit report to see what results you have. So they got 30 days. What kind of proof should I send with my disputes? A lot of times people try to go above and beyond to find these different proofs, but the burden of proof is not on you. It was the companies that put these accounts on your credit reports. They're the one that put the accounts on your credit report. They don't want you to have a certain proof. Only thing I want you to focus on is making sure that you guys send in a copy of your ID and your social security card. That's all I would tell you guys to focus on. Will Experian send me an update when the dispute is done? Yeah, Experian will send you an update. Experian seem like they want to keep everything digital, where they'll just email you saying, hey, your disputes are ready. And then they'll tell you to go on your Experian app to look at your disputes. You can ask for a full copy of your credit report and your dispute by calling them. Sometimes they probably still will send it to you. But I have been seeing lately that they want to tell you to go to your app to see your results there, and they'll let you know exactly what accounts were deleted. So we already got the app. I think day number one, we got the app. So I suggest you guys go in the app, see what changes that you have there, and then also if you guys want to see further changes on your credit reports, I told you guys today to look into getting out any IQ, because that's how you can see like all three disputes side by side, all three bureaus, side by side. You can also see what accounts were deleted there because they'll be gone. If an account is deleted, you won't see it on your credit report no more. It's gone. So you'll know that your disputes probably have worked. Okay, I'm tired. I guess I'm more tired than normal, but I know it's too because I have this long sleeve on. I'm trying to switch up my outfits because like the last outfit in my thing that I can actually um, wear, I kind of want to make them different. But I'm just, I guess, warmer than ever. So we 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes in. Let me get a sip of water. We did our first five. Let's go to our next ones. What's the first thing I need to include in my dispute? So the first thing that I think that you guys need to include in your disputes is all your personal information. When we first started the letter, I told you guys to remove that thing that said letter number one at the top. Remove that. And then I had you guys put your name, your address, your social security number, your date of birth on your letters. That's the first thing you want to include. Those are that's your identification information. That's your identifiers. Now, remember I told you guys send in your ID and your social security card. You probably don't need to send that in. If your address and your name is spelled correctly on your credit reports, but I still would suggest you guys send it in so that they can't have no excuse as to why they did not answer your disputes. Do I need to include my credit report with the error circled? You don't need to. If you want to, you can. You don't need to. What you need to do is just make sure that you have everything on there, spilling out what's the errors. Because what they're going to do is they're going to take, it is not like an actual human going to look at your disputes. They're going to take your disputes out the envelope and they're going to scan it in and have their AI, whatever, the e-Oscar system go ahead and look at these different errors. So it's not like they're going to actually look at your disputes. Okay, so I just say put your errors on the paper and go from there, okay? Should I send copies of my ID and proof of address? Definitely. You can also just, if your address is on your ID, there's no need to send a proof of address. That is your proof of address. You can send a copy of your social security card too. So yeah, that's what you can send into the bureau. What kind of language makes a dispute effective? It depends on what you say is effective. We're talking about it being effective as to getting it deleted, or are we talking about effective as to you winning a lawsuit? So if you guys just want it overall effective, it's effective when it's true. When it is an error and you pointed it out to them and they didn't do anything about it, that's what's going to make it effective. And so just make sure that for all of your disputes, you really point out all of your errors so that there's no reason why these accounts should not have got deleted from your credit reports. So I told you tomorrow we're going to go more into detail with our disputes. And when I say go more into detail, for our next account, which is the fingerhood account, I started breaking down like, hey, look, the date open, the balance, the account type, all of these things are incomplete or is incorrect. So we're going to start putting all of these things on our letter. So just make sure that you guys put all of these details on your letters and you'll be good. Don't worry about whether you should put them all on there. Just put enough on there. And like I told you, make sure when you put it on your dispute letter, make sure that it's something that's wrong with all three credit bureaus. I think it was the high credit or something like that that was different on all three credit bureaus or the balance or something. That's something great to put on there because all three credit bureaus got something different. You really don't know what's correct unless you talk to the original creditor. And sometimes the original creditor may not have the right thing because their system is not updated correctly. So just make sure that you are being very specific and using the right kind of letter. How specific should I be when describing the error? I just think, for example, if the balance is incorrect, you could put, hey, the balance is different on all three credit bureaus. If I can be honest, when I go further in my dispute letters, I say, hey, Equifax got this balance, Experian and TransUnion got these two. I got this balance. This is incorrect. I'll be very specific in that way, but you don't have to. You don't have to. You can just say that the balance is incorrect, and it's their job to go to the original creditor and get it fixed. Again, it's on all three credit bureaus, but it's the same account, so they should have the same account information. It shouldn't be where, when it come down to the bureaus, they got different information because it's the same exact account. We're talking about, like, for example, this fingerhead account. Every bureau should have the same exact thing from the day opened, the last day of activity, last day of payment. All of these different things should be the same because it's the same exact account. So make sure you guys keep everything simple in a way of just getting it on the paper and just pointing out that there is a problem with the balance. There is a problem with the last day of activity. There is a balance with the credit limit. Do not overthink it, okay? All right, y'all. We're 10 questions in. We're 12 minutes, 12 and a half minutes in. So we're definitely getting there. We're like a half a mile in, too. Yeah, we're like a half a mile in. Do not, when they come out to these disputes, y'all, don't overthink it. I want you guys just to understand that you just want to make sure that you're getting your disputes mailed in and you send a certified mail and that you're listing the real errors that's on there. That's all I want you guys to do. That's it. Okay? Don't overthink it like I need to be specific. I need to, because I did that too and it held me back from so much how to make stuff perfect. Sometimes it's just better about just getting stuff done, okay? Should I use certified mail with return receipt? We're talking about mailing and tracking now. This is the whole next 5 questions about mailing and tracking. I would not suggest, especially for your first 2 disputes. Disputes after that, you can send regular mail. You can just have a copy of it and say, hey, yeah, you sent it. Because they already in trouble, if you ask me. If you ain't fixing the first 2 disputes, I already know going forward you're probably not gonna fix it. So I would say that for the first 2 disputes, you guys can you guys should send those certified mail. Not can, you guys should send them certified mail. Okay? And you don't necessarily need to do return receipt. That's when you guys have that little green paper on the back. You don't need with return receipt. You just need to know that it got there. That's it. Where do I mail my dispute to? Experian. So Experian is in Allen, Texas, I believe it's called. I showed you guys the address. So I suggest that you guys check out that video again or Google what is Experian's dispute address. But it is in Allen, Texas, so that's where you guys are going to mail out your dispute certified mail. It's a P.O. box. Okay, how can I track my dispute and know it was delivered? You guys can track your dispute by going, I always just search United States Postal Service tracking, because that's what I told you guys to use that certified receipt for. You guys can just type in that number on that website and they'll let you know exactly when it got there, what day and what time it got there, what address it was sent to. So you guys can just search that on Google, United States Postal Service tracking, and then they'll let you know when it actually got there, what day and time that it actually got there. What's the typical timeline for Experian to respond? They got 30 days after they receive your dispute to actually respond. So when you guys fill out your dispute letter, we're going to check it in about a week to see if our disputes were actually received. If you guys want to be very, very specific, which I would love if you guys could probably be very, very, very specific, after you guys send them out, probably start on that third or fourth day, every day keep checking to see if they were actually delivered. Because once it was actually delivered, then you guys can track the 31st day from that day. And I'll show you guys how to track the days and how to count it too. Because we had to do that in school. So my school she said I want y'all to learn how to track it. Y'all want y'all to learn how to count by hand. I just thought that it's too much technology for people to know how to do just mediocre things. I just think it's a website where you can literally put in your date and you say, hey, I want 31 days from this date. I'm gonna show y'all how to do that. Don't overthink this stuff. That's too much. Why you want us to do that? You need to be perfecting us writing effective letters. You need to be perfecting us going to trial. You need to perfect the other things. And I want y'all to focus on other things. So I'm going to show you how to plug in your date, figure out the 31st day. And why I want you guys to start checking on the fourth day, because if you guys start seeing that it's in transit, it's not getting delivered basically. If it's in transit, then you can catch it and say, you know what, I'm going to resend it right now. That way you don't waste those days. You can resend it. And in transit, for some reason, it get lost in the mail. I'm not sure why. It happens a lot. But if it's in transit, then you can resend the letter basically. But I'll show you guys how to track the 31 days. Do not overthink it. Sorry, I said don't overthink it. So how do I know if Experian verified the account or deleted it? Excuse me. So sometimes you'll see that accounts are going to get deleted before the 30 days basically. That's exciting, that's good, but don't expect to see your main results, your final results, should I say, until the 31st day. So I would say, hey, pull your credit reports on the 31st day. Those are your actual results. Okay? So usually on that 31st day, we're going to pull our credit reports. We'll see what accounts are deleted, because what we're going to do is we're going to look for that account number that we have listed on our dispute letter, and then we're going to search our credit report to see if that account is still there. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. If you see that the account is not there, or if we see if you guys have like Identity IQ, which I suggest that you guys have, I'll have the link on my website, Rickita.com. Under the 6 months of letters, I think that's like the third step. I have the link for Identity IQ where you can get all 3 credit reports for $1 for 7 days. Once you go there, you might see a gap. So say if Experian was to delete something, TransUnion, Equifax kept it on there. You'll see a gap where it's nothing there, but you'll see the rest of the data on TransUnion and on Equifax, and that's because the account was actually deleted from Experian. So you'll know it's deleted because you'll see it off of your credit reports. And then, like I said, too, they're going to most likely send you an email, and they're going to let you know, hey, your results are in. And they're going to let you know, hey, these accounts were deleted. These accounts were verified. So that's how you're going to know whether or not it was verified or if it was deleted. Okay, y'all, we 1,800 steps in, 0.7 miles, and then we're almost 19 minutes in. I just feel like that's okay, wait, no, we're not that bad. Because we're only going, 45 minutes, right? I don't know why I just don't, I think it's because I'm doing so much. I call myself taking a nap, but I just don't have the total energy for this, y'all. I don't know what it is. And then also too, I'm doing it every day to stay consistent. That's another thing. And I just have a lot of stuff going on that I'm doing in real life. I think that's what it is. It is what it is. So I hope that you guys are using this time to like work out and just get stronger. My weight is just staying at 155 right now. And I'm guessing it is because I'm like building muscle. I'm hoping. I can feel it in my legs. Like my legs were so wore out yesterday from doing that bike ride too, Monday through Friday, a bike ride and doing this. Whew. And usually me and my son will race home, y'all. And he beat me this time. But usually I will win, y'all. He beat me. I said, what? And I told him when I beat him the first time, because he didn't know, like, I'm finna race him going home. When we hit the block, we hit our block, I'm like, we gonna race. He didn't know I was gonna race him. But I said, let me take advantage because you're gonna be a man one day, and I know you're gonna be beating me. I don't want you to beat me. If you ain't beat me, I ain't do what I need to do as a parent. But he already beat me, y'all. He been already competitive with it, so my daughter already gonna beat me every time. Like my daughter's 15, she gonna beat me. So I gotta beat the other little kids, I guess. But yeah, that's probably why I'm so sore and I just feel so drained. It's like your body like just sit down and relax for the day, dude. What's up? I took me like an hour and a half, 2 hour nap earlier too. I was happy about that. I got up early. I think I did like 15 dispute letters. I submitted that book so I can get prints of it. And I was like, okay, I made breakfast with the kids, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a nap. Them naps in the afternoon be everything. Sometimes you wake up like it dies a little bit. I hate to be woken up. I hate when people wake me up, but yeah, everything is good. But that's probably why I'm sore. Just the working out. So yeah, I'm definitely draining this time, which is good. So these are the common challenges. The next 5 questions are going to be our common challenges. So what happens if experience says the account is verified and it is still wrong? So if they say that the account is verified, what we're going to do is we're going to copy these same accounts onto our next letter. If we see that there's new errors, we're going to add them to our next letter. Our next letter is going to basically say that these are still errors on our credit report and that you were supposed to delete these from our credit report and now you're violating our rights even further. That's basically what the next letters are going to say, and don't overthink it. They don't delete it. They don't delete it. Okay. Don't forget the reason why I told you I don't have to worry about certain accounts on my credit report is because I had a collection on my credit report last year. The credit bureaus refused to remove it. So I told y'all that I had a LJ Ross account on my credit reports just a few days ago. If it wasn't even yesterday, I told y'all, hey, I just see that I got my client's LJ Ross account deleted from their credit reports. So I got it deleted from their credit report. They just would have removed it from mine. I'm like, is this they playing favoritism or something? And then since I told you guys that, I haven't posted on YouTube. I seen somebody in the comments saying, "Oh yeah, I deleted my LJ Ross account too." But I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna trip because what I did was when I see that they're not gonna delete accounts after 2 months of not deleting accounts, I was just going forward. They don't delete my accounts, I will just sue them. Period. I told you I got a settlement with all 3 credit bureaus. So in that case, all 3 credit bureaus settled. I still got LJ Ross on there. But y'all, don't overthink it. I just feel like as long as you do what you need to do, I feel like you could possibly win in the end. Do not overthink it. Just figure out what you need to do next, okay? Don't cry about it. Just figure out what you need to do next. Should I send a second dispute letter if they don't fix it? Yes. So during our time together for these 75 days, we're going to send 2 rounds of disputes. The first round, we're going to send to all 3 credit bureaus, and they're rounds because you can send them, the first round you fight, second round you fight, third round you fight. I don't know. They always called it rounds, even when I came into credit. But the first month of letters that we're going to send those in the next few days. If not, if you guys have not even sent out the ones that we created, send them out tomorrow or even later on today. Some post offices are open late. But after the 31 days, we're going to see what's deleted and what's not deleted. Then we're going to send a whole nother set of letters again next month after the 31 days. And then I'm not going to be able to follow up with those results with you guys. But I think that I'm going to start another series where we can kind of continue on. But let me know if you guys want that series. But if they don't fix it, we're going to send a second round of disputes. Can I escalate my complaint to the CFPB? You can escalate your complaint to the CFPB. I don't see a lot of people get results with the CFPB. My friend, she just recently disputed an account. She was able to get something deleted. I didn't even think that was going to happen. That lady is a beast. The point is she got it deleted with the CFPB. She is a beast. My thing is, I wouldn't rather wait. I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't want to waste my time hoping that they'll delete it with the CFPB when I know I could put a lawsuit in and I would get some terms way favorable than if they was to delete it with the CFPB. That's just me personally. That's what I would do personally. But to each their own of exactly what you want to do. If you want to send in a dispute, you definitely can send in a dispute. But with me, I'd rather spend that time do a complaint and sue the credit bureaus because I just know what kind of results you can get from that. What are my rights under the FCRA if Experian refused to fix the error? So your rights under FCRA is to take legal action against them and have them pay for your damages. So I found out that for me to be able to take legal action, I have to have something called damages, meaning that um, for me to have damages, I have to have some type of harm. So in my case, with LJ Ross with this collection company and the credit bureau's not fixing it and the Equifax adding on again, I had a lot of damages. I wasn't able to get approved for certain credit cards. I was scared to apply for certain loans. If I'm getting approved for a credit card, I'm not getting approved for a loan. I'm not stupid. I've been doing this for a while. I kind of know how all of this stuff works. All you're gonna do is rack up inquiries and make your credit worse. So, and that, I just thought about one of the questions I was asked is how did you mitigate the damages? How did you stop the damages? I stopped applying for too much stuff. That's how I mitigated the damages. Um, but I want you guys, I forgot what the heck I was talking about. I went into a tangent. Oh, so I noticed you have the right to actually go after the company actually sue. So in my case, I know I need to have damages. So me not getting approved for credit and things like that, that was my damage. If you can't get approved for credit, you can't get approved for credit cards, you can't get approved for loans. I couldn't even refinance my car loan because I knew that with my credit having that collection on there, I already knew that I wasn't gonna be able to get a good rate with refinancing. My credit score was lower. My credit score dropped so much that my credit score was lower than it was when I first bought the vehicle. So what makes me think that I'm gonna be able to have a chance of getting approved if I can't get approved for a regular credit card? What makes me think that I'm going to be able to get approved for be able to refinance my car or even to get some loans? So you guys just have to have damages. So during this process, we are going to be applying for credit cards. So if you think that you still can't get approved for credit cards, call a bluff, actually apply for the credit card you want. And if you have those denials, keep them. Because when you go and if you decide to go and take legal action, you can actually attach those denials as the reason why you're doing a lawsuit, saying that you can't get approved for credit because of the credit bureaus, their failure to remove these inaccurate and incomplete and accounts from your credit reports. I thought I heard my son. Is it true that Experience sometimes ignores disputes? All three credit bureaus do. That's why I tell y'all to send them certified mail. Because if they ignore your dispute, it don't even matter. You sent the certified mail, so you got the exact date that they got it. You got the exact time that they got it. So it's no point in them ignoring your disputes, act like they never got it. But as you guys are going to see, some of you guys are going to see that even sending a certified mail, they're going to still act like they never got it. And it's like, dude, I got the certified receipt right here. What internal problems you guys have in your system that you guys didn't receive it? So you're going to see that they're going to ignore it. Do not take this stuff personal. We're talking huge companies that don't have the infrastructure to be able to handle everybody's disputes. And I say that because there's so many errors on there, they need to update their systems. Okay? But you need to take advantage right now, too, and get your credit cleaned up so you can move on with your life and take advantage in terms of it's not a lot of people doing lawsuits. So put your lawsuit in while everybody's still sending out a thousand dispute letters. Just put your lawsuit in because it's a right that we have. It's really a right that we have. It's no reason why you guys should be sitting with certain debts on your credit report for 2 years and your life is being delayed. Anybody that had real damage to their credit and wasn't able to get a house, get a car, get approved for certain jobs in your credit a certain way, do you know how much damage that really is and how depressing that can be that you can't get ahead in life? I mean, you sitting still for 2 years or you're paying higher interest rates. You're not able to, even consolidate your debt. You can't do anything. You're stuck. So I would suggest that you guys don't be in that thing where you just send out disputes forever. Really, don't be scared and start taking legal action. And I'm trying to work on being able to create like complaints for you guys and be able to talk about cases so that you guys will understand it because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to law school until next year. Then I got to do that for 3 years, maybe even four, depending on how I feel if I want to go um, all the way through full time. I can't do it for you all, but I want you guys to get in there now and start taking the action now instead of waiting. Okay? Okay, y'all. We 30 minutes in. Okay, we got 15 more minutes to go. Okay, good. We're doing good. We got 10 more questions. I think another reason why I'm sweating a lot is because my hair, but it felt so good to be able to wash it yesterday and just have it all over the place. Like, get in where you fit in. I don't care. Um, Okay, so our next one is some tips and some strategies. My first tip is just to do it. Just get it done, okay? What should I write if there is a late payment that wasn't mine? Just put I was never late on this account or I was never late during this month. We did that on our dispute that we just did. But we went all the way down to not just saying you wasn't late on that account, because you could just say I was never late on this account. We went all the way down and said I was never late September of 2018. I was never late December of 2019, December 18. Ooh, did I mess that letter up? No, February of 2019 to April 2019. We were specific as to the month that it was a late payment being reported, saying that you were never saying that we were never late on it when I was doing a dispute. So definitely, if you guys haven't already, definitely check out that YouTube video if you guys are watching me live. How can I get experience to remove an old collection? Only thing that you can do to get experience to remove an old collection is to dispute it. That's it. That's all you can get. That's all you can do. If they don't remove that collection, the next thing that you can do is you can put a lawsuit in. Reach out to an attorney. They'll get there to give you legal advice. I can't give you legal advice. And I'm only saying this because this is what I have to do. Put a lawsuit in. Talk to the attorney. Talk to the attorney. Tell the attorney to remove it. It's like you're going to have a one-on-one person to be able to help you because when you send in disputes to the credit bureaus, you're not having a one-on-one person at all. Okay? You're not going to have a one-on-one person. Can I use a pre-written dispute template? So I told you guys, go to my website, Rickita.com. That's where you guys have the pre-written dispute templates. I have a lot of them. What I'm going to do is when you guys go to Strong in 75, I'm going to edit that whole page to give you everything that you guys need. So I'm going to make a video. I'm going to record a video to say, hey, this is what it is. I'm going to try to even put the playlist on there so you guys can see the updated videos on there. I'm going to see how I can actually add that onto the website, all of the links that you need. Hey, get your credit reports in here. Here's the annual credit reports. Everything I think you guys are going to need, all the way down to, hey, here's the credit card you guys can apply for. So I'm going to add it to there. And also the free dispute tip is just on Rickita.com until I have that updated. My goal, I wrote it down this morning, like I need to get this done. I really need to organize my office. My office is a mess. Switching a lot of things around. My daughter moved her computer and stuff out of there. Now I'm like, yes. Moved her bigger dragon out of there. I'm like, yes. Out of my office. So I need to focus on getting my office together, getting my space together, and focusing on my credit clients that I have right now. But I hope to have that done by Saturday. By the end of the day next Saturday. So I'm gonna give myself a week to have that done. I might get it done sooner. How do I explain that a balance is incorrect? This by saying, hey, the balance that you have listed on my credit report is incorrect. The balance that you have listed on Equifax is $758, but on Experian Insurance, you have it listed as $858. These balances are incorrect and need to be looked into. You can just put it just like that. Talk to them like they're a regular person. Um, I was looking at a summary judgment. You guys probably don't know what a summary judge. Oh, excuse me, I'm so gassy. You guys probably don't know what a summary judgment is, but I was looking at a summary judgment, and I think I told you guys about this case already, but I'm gonna keep talking about the cases so that you guys can see how simple it is. But this person had a balance that was different. When they called, they said one balance. When they sent them a letter, they said, "Hey, send it to me in writing." It had an extra $100 added to it, and the judge said, "Hey, I'm going to give you some money. The collection come make them pay you some money, and I'm gonna make them pay you some money because it's not your job to understand these things. It's supposed to be for just the people that don't know much. But it's so simple that the people that don't know much will understand it. So when you guys type your letter, you could just simply say that, hey, this bureau got this amount and these other bureaus have that amount. It's as simple as that. You don't have to go into details and say what a law said is. That's not how the FCRA is written. I hope that they never get rid of it because I think that that's really the only thing that's really protecting us right now. Um, but yeah, just keep it simple and say, hey, the balance is this on this bureau, the other two bureaus have this, or just say, hey, this bureau got this bureau got this, and this bureau got that. That's how you guys will handle that. Is there a way to speed up the dispute process illegally? No, to speed up the dispute process. Only way I think that you can really speed up the dispute process, and I see a lot of people doing it, and they say, "Oh, I can get stuff deleted from your credit report sooner." They're doing FTC disputes. They're doing um, a lot of fraudulent disputes, and I don't believe in that. I just don't. If something is, you have identity theft in your credit reports, I don't think I went over that even with our disputes today, but if you guys have identity theft on your credit reports, you can let them know you have identity theft and that they need to delete the account. In 5 days, I believe they have. Once they receive it, they got 5 days to remove that account from your credit report and to block it, and then they need to let the companies know so that they can block it also, and they'll stop asking about that money and then they'll do their internal thing to try to figure out how to get that money back or figure out how that identity theft even happened. But that's really the only way. I see a lot of people doing that, and I saw a lot of people doing other methods too. And I'm just gonna blast it out here so that you guys will know about it. But again, I don't believe in it, but I hear all the stuff that people are doing. I just feel like I would rather sue. That's to me, that's the best way. Suing. Okay. Um, I also see people was taken advantage of. They had a rule out because there was a lot of sex trafficking. So they had a rule out that if there was any type of uh, any of that stuff that was going on, then they would have to remove all that stuff from their credit reports. So people were doing that, and I just don't believe in those different things. But to each their own. I just think that we need to wait this process out. 30 days is a long time, but that's why I said don't go a year without just putting that lawsuit in because I'm telling y'all, it's not going to be too hard. So I just suggest that y'all not go a whole year. Go ahead and after the 2 rounds of disputes, go ahead and talk to an attorney and think about taking legal action. And then don't slow down the process by if your information that's on the credit bureau is not the same information that you have now. So say if your address is different right now and they don't have that information on the credit bureau, don't slow it down by not sending in proof of your current address. And then also you can make it go faster by calling the bureaus and saying, hey, this is my address. So by the time they get the letter, they'll already know what your address is because they're gonna go a whole nother step saying, hey, we got some disputes that don't look like it came from you. You ain't got time for none of that stuff. So don't get slowed down by not having your information updated. Okay, so that's the one way that I slow it down. Now we 3,700 steps in, almost 1.42 miles. Okay, we 38 minutes in. Okay, y'all, we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm trying to stay strong. It's like my legs have went numb at this point. I'm just hot. Need a fan on me or less clothes. And then doing all this talking is not good for my throat. Okay, so today's action and to wrap up. So these are our last 5 questions. If you guys have any questions, you guys can call or text me at 407-374-2747. I told you guys in the video earlier too, when we was doing the dispute, that I'm willing to help you guys send in disputes. We got the 6 months of free disputes as long as you guys follow those different steps. So I'll go ahead and create those dispute letters. I'm probably gonna do those tomorrow. I should have my office cleaned up tonight. I'm gonna light me a candle, play me some music, and just be jamming out in my office so I get it all organized and cleaned up. And then I'm gonna spend all next week breaking down certain things that I found that I had to do as tasks. And I plan on having that strongest75.com website all organized so that you guys can be able to clearly see everything for Stronger than 75. I think that's gonna make it easier. Okay, so this is our actions for today. Okay, so have you guys pick what experience errors to dispute first. This is not really too much pertaining to us because I showed you guys how to do all 3 credit yields at one time. And when I showed you guys how to do that, we're basically going account by account. So if it's on all 3 credit bureaus, we're copying that account to all 3 bureaus. So you guys don't have to figure out what's going to go first. We're just going to go top to bottom of our credit report so that we don't miss an account. Okay? Did you guys write down the dates that you will send your disputes? Technically, it is Saturday when we're doing your disputes. I do expect that by Monday or Tuesday, you guys have these disputes mailed out. Do not fall behind. Because if you fall behind, I'm going to start talking about stuff that haven't happened for you yet. If you guys fall behind, then I'm going to say, oh, it's time for us to look at the certified letters. You're like, bro, I just sent mine out today. I can't track anything. So that means that's why I tell y'all, if y'all haven't done a day, don't go to the next day because it's so much credit based. This is not just working out or certain things. This is credit based majority. It's working out, drinking water, and all that just for our mind and our body. But this is so credit based that you guys can't go on to the next day. So please just make sure you guys have your disputes out by Monday, Tuesday at the latest, okay? Have you made a folder for all your dispute documents? We already made a folder before, so now I'm going to show you guys how to, I'm going to tell you guys how to add all of your disputes to that folder. I know that when I did my lawsuit, when I had all of my documents together, it made it so much easier. I have to go and add for so much stuff because I just don't have it. I'm going to try to teach you guys how to have your stuff way more organized than I did because I didn't have a lot of stuff organized, but still I got settlements, right? I still got what I wanted. But still, I would rather you guys have yourself more organized so that you can get my results or even better because I know what it is now. You guys have me as a resource. How would you follow up if you don't get a response? So I told y'all that how we're gonna follow up is if we don't get a response, we don't care about none of that stuff. We don't pull our credit report on the 31st day because I said we don't care about it because I just know how these credit bureaus work. A lot of times you're not going to get a response or they will come back verified. So on the 31st day, as long as we see that they got that letter, we're going to go ahead and pull our credit reports and then we're going to send our next letter out. And if we see that nothing was deleted, we did not get a response at all, then we're going to send a no response letter letting them know, hey, you guys did not respond at all. You guys are required to delete all of these unverified accounts from my credit reports. So that's going to fast track it for those people that did not get a response. If you guys got a response, got a few accounts deleted, then you guys have to send out a totally different letter. But I'll show you guys what that letter is. All right, so are you guys ready to tackle our next accounts for tomorrow? I told you guys that y'all probably don't have as many accounts as I'm doing right now for this person. They have 19 accounts on their credit reports. And if you guys do have that many accounts, break it up like I did. Make sure that you guys get your letters organized tonight. Have everything organized tonight and go through and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and divide this in 3. I'm going to do this third today, the other third, and then the last third on the third day. But that way you'll have everything done because I gave us 5 days, I believe, to have all of these disputes done, and I don't want us to fall behind. We got other things to worry about. And disputes are very, very important. For those people that still sticking around and you really don't have disputes, just chill. Your day is coming because we're going to be applying for a credit. We're going to be removing any inquiries that you have in your credit report that should not be there. We're going to be actually tackling our late payments even deeper. So we're going to have more stuff that you guys are going to be able to do. But just make sure that you guys are on time with these disputes, because once we move on, then we're gonna move on, and I'm still gonna be talking to you guys as if you already did all those other things, and if you didn't, you're gonna be behind, and I don't want that for you guys. Okay, so we have 4,300 steps. I believe we should be at that 45-minute mark. We just have 43 minutes last time I saw it. So yeah, we 45 minutes and 5 seconds. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Get your work done, okay? Make sure you get your workout in and drink some water also.